Heyo, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome aboard to part 9 of my Halo Wars Definitive Edition campaign walkthrough on LASO difficulty. I am your host, the Spegmeister, and on today's video, I'll be covering the details for the 9th campaign mission, The Flood.
Spirit of Fire, this is Red Team. We're 100 meters from Anders' transponder signal. Meeting strong resistance. Seeing some pretty crazy stuff out here. Over.
Hold your position, Red Team. Reinforcements will come to you. Sergeant Forge, rendezvous with Red Team and find Anders, but be careful.
As I've been doing with all the other missions in my walkthrough, I'll activate the first 9 skulls, which include the debuff skulls and the physics aesthetic related ones.
We don't know what these things are capable of.
I've received Red Team's coordinates. I've marked it on your map.
Yes? Right away.
Starting off with the station, what I'll construct is a couple of supply pads out in front and a turret on this front corner. Using the Marines you have with this mission, send them behind the base to start destroying the flood eggs and gather resources.
Supply pad complete. Yes. On the way.
After accumulating enough resources, set up a second turret in this back slot. This way you'll be able to cover the base from any flood attacks from this side as well as out in front.
Local units. On the way. On the way. Base under attack.
I wouldn't worry too heavily about upgrading the turrets. You can do that at a later point.
Local units. On the way.
For the time being, they'll be good enough as they are.
Right away. Moving.
Local units.
On the way. Local units.
Some of the flood eggs will actually contain infection forms, so be aware of that.
Yes.
I like to keep Forge out in front in case if they happen to pop.
Reactor complete. Standing by. Local units. Right away. On the way. Moving. Yes. On the way. Right away. Supply pad upgraded. Right away.
Something that is unique with this mission is there are a couple of supply pads detached from the main base. Make sure to upgrade them when you have the opportunity. Those are very useful to have.
Standing by. Local units. Right away. On the way. Right away. Moving. Supply pad upgraded. Standing by. Local units. Enemy engagement. Supply pad upgraded. On the way. We're going in. Supply pad complete.
Weapons at the ready.
Standing by. Moving. Moving. Supply pad upgraded. On the way. Local units. Right away. Rip them up. On the way. On the way. Moving. Fortress upgrade complete. Yes, right away. Right away. Right away. On the way.
Now, one question that might be on your mind is why I'm setting up supply pads across my base and no vehicle or aircraft production sites. The reason I'm choosing to do this is so that I can upgrade this reactor quicker, and thus I won't have to waste another slot building a second one.
Turret complete.
When it comes to upgrading the turrets, I like to stick with anti-infantry and anti-air. Those will be your main threats.
Improved. Turret improved. Turret improved. Supply pad complete.
Yes? Right away. On the way. Right away. On the way. Quick, fire! On the way.
Supply pad
On the way.
upgrading.
On the way. Right away.
Turret complete. Gunner researched.
On the way. On the way.
Now, something that can be really handy in this level is having a War Dog available to go and claim the secondary base site.
Yes? On the way. On the way. Yes? Right away. On the way. Blast them! On the way. Right away. Yes, sir.
Base under attack.
Yes? Right away. On the way. Right away. Regeneration healing targets. Sir, moving out. Moving out.
Now, this is a little trick that you'll need to do with the War Dog if you want to get to that secondary base. What you'll want to achieve is draw the flood away from this path so that you can slip your War Dog through. If you don't do that, your War Dog will end up running into a wall and it'll just explode.
Yes? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving out. Moving out.
And from here, you can just leave the War Dog on this side of the base and it can just stay there for the rest of the mission.
Standing by. Yes? Scorpion ready for combat. Yes, sir.
Firebase ready.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Attacking.
On this base, you can try to get a reactor up first, or otherwise you can focus on supply pads and get the reactor later.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
What I'll try to achieve is
Engagement.
getting the Scorpions upgraded with the canister shell ability.
Scorpion ready to roll. Send us.
Reactor complete.
Moving out. Send us in. Send us in. Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out. Send us in. Send us in. Target acquired. Send us in.
Supply pad complete.
Scorpion fueled and ready.
So at least one point in the level, you'll have some flood that'll try to hit your base from the rear. So it's good to have one of these turrets with anti-infantry.
Supply pad upgraded.
Send us in.
Supply pad complete.
Send us in. Rolling out. Rolling out. Target acquired.
If you're trying to kill some time while your base is getting upgraded at the secondary site, or if you're focusing on upgrades, you can have your Scorpions roam around nearby the base and take out some units or structures.
Standing by.
Canister shell research. More resources required.
When you have the opportunity, try to get some turrets up on your secondary base. You will face some infantry that will attack from the rear there as well.
Turret
And since I don't have any units aside from the Wardog over there, that base could easily go down without me really knowing about it. Or at least until it's too late.
Send us in. Scorpion fueled up.
Supply pad complete. Turret complete. Turret improved. Fortress upgrade complete.
Send us in.
Turret improved.
Spirit of fire. Getting a little hairy here, sir. Where's that backup? Yes, sir. Pulling out. Pulling out. Pulling out. Pulling out. Target of
One of the units you may encounter from the previous level are these Thrasher forms, and this is where the canister shell comes in useful.
Supply pad complete.
They're not near as powerful as the hunters, but they can do quite a bit of melee damage if they can reach one of your turrets or main buildings.
Turret complete.
Send us in.
Local units.
On the way.
Field armory complete. Turret improved. Enemy engagement. Supply pad upgraded. Turret improved.
Send us in. Pulling out. Pulling out.
Once you have a field armory set up either at your main base or your secondary site, what I like to do is focus on upgrading the turrets before I account for reinforcements, reserves, and so forth.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Pulling out. Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out.
Now, one of the secondary objectives, aside from putting the colonies in a dormant state all at once, is knocking out 20 of these flood stocks. So if you want to go out from your base a ways and start taking care of a few of those, that can go a ways in terms of getting this mission completed in part-time.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Send us in.
Local units.
Target acquired. Pulling out. Send us in.
Local units.
Pulling out.
Already at maximum population.
Send us in. Blast them. Pulling out. Send us in. Pulling out. Send us in.
Reinforcements researched.
Send us in. Send us in. Pulling out. Send us in.
Reactor improved.
Target acquired. Pulling out. Pulling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Target acquired. Target acquired. Send us in.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Pulling out.
When you have at least 5 scorpions available, try sending them off in this direction towards one of the colonies, and at least try to clear out some of the resistance out in front.
Target acquired. Pulling out. Pulling out. Target acquired.
Reserves researched.
Pulling out.
Any additional tanks that you construct at this point, just leave them by the base for just added defense.
Pulling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Target acquired. Pulling out. Send us in. Send us in.
Local units.
Pulling out.
Power turret research.
Target acquired. Target acquired. Pulling out. Send us in.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out. Canister loaded. Pulling out.
Turret upgraded.
Pulling out. Send us in.
Local units.
Target acquired. Blast them. Pulling out. Pulling out. Regenerate healing target. Send us in. Yes, sir.
After you take care of the majority of the upgrades in the field armory, then focus on getting the carpet bomb fully maxed out. You won't have to go for adrenaline if you're using vehicles on this mission.
Send us in.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Send us in. Pulling out. Send us in. Target acquired. Target acquired. Target acquired.
The priority from this point forward is really just trying to weaken some of the resistance around the first couple of colonies, so that way I don't have as difficult of a time knocking out all 5 of them.
Target acquired. Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out. Target acquired.
Carpet bomb. Improved.
Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Send us in. Pulling out.
Now with these 5 scorpions at your base, just move them off a little ways to the right towards the other colony.
Out.
Local units. Enemy engagement.
Target acquired. Not sure what just happened, but the large one just shook like it was hurt.
Base under attack.
Yes. When the colony was destroyed, I registered the large creature weakening.
We noticed a few colony creatures on the way in. We can weaken the big one by taking them out first. Uploading coordinates. Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out. Send us.
So once you take out the first colony, go ahead and send your other scorpions towards this one.
Canister loaded.
Just unload your canister shell on it and just try and knock it out quickly.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Pulling out.
Keep killing those things. The big one is even weaker.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Send us in. Send us in. Pulling out. Regeneration healing target.
Local units.
Pulling out.
If you have to stop and use the heal ability on one of your groups of scorpions, then use your other group to move in and play it a little bit more aggressively.
Pulling out.
Local units.
About time you guys showed up.
On the way.
I've lost Anders' transponder. Could the creature be jamming the signal?
Local units.
Hopping on.
Local units.
You got it. You bet. On the move.
Local units.
Pulling out.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Pulling out.
Local units.
Shoots me. You got it.
So here will be colony number 3. I'll go ahead and take care of this one rather fast.
Enemy engagement.
And I'll leave my scorpions in this spot temporarily.
Ready.
Local units.
Pulling out. Target acquired.
There goes colony number 4. Now I'm gonna take this path, which doesn't have a whole lot of enemies covering it, and I'll try and make my way over to the secondary base. If my units are in good shape, I won't have to stop to heal them. I'll just go ahead and hit the 5th colony, and then I can finish off the proto-grave mind. And I can use a partially upgraded carpet bomb to do that.
Pull it out. Jennifer. Yes, sir. Pull it out. Pull it out. Target acquired. Send it.
Base under attack. Local units.
Target acquired. Here it comes.
And there is the last colony. And then you can drop the carpet bomb on this, and that'll finish it off.
Base under attack.
All right, all the creatures are dying.
Captain, as soon as that creature died, I picked up a new signal just east of here.
And with that, that will finish Mission 9, The Flood. So this is certainly not a very difficult mission for Legendary, aside from just getting your base constructed in the early going and defending from some of the flood attacks while you're getting units prepared and your turrets upgraded. But other than that, once you start making your rounds on the flood colonies, the mission is quite rather a breeze. And if you have at least a large carpet bomb or a medium carpet bomb, you should be able to finish off the proto-grave mind without sending your scorpions in. But if you have to send your scorpions, just watch out for any of the flood routes or the flood launchers that are blocking your path, essentially. So hopefully you guys found this guide to be really helpful in your LASO run. Thank you all for tuning in on this episode, and hopefully I will catch you in any of my other videos. Take care, everyone, and hope you all have a good day or night.